talking about how she hopes it'll get done before Election Day. What happened to that 48-hour deadline? What are you gonna do now? You know what? Y'all just let me know when we're gonna get the guillotines out, because I'm done. I'm done with these guys. Y'all have fun with your politicians. Can you hear me? Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. You got a good ass
Awesome.
mic. You got a good mic, don't you?
No, this is a standard vocal mic. They're about $100. So this is just this is a Shure 58 standard vocal mic.
Okay, a Shure 58. So that's a dynamic though, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like condensers. They're my favorite.
I mean, I would say when we were recording vocals, that's what we use. But at this point, because the last thing I recorded, I didn't even have a condenser handy. Sometimes we use condensers for room mics.
I mean, they're good for live performances because that's why I use them for podcasts. And then, but the dynamic mics are good too. Like they increase the vocal bass. So
Yeah. So I sound like fucking
James Earl Jones.
Thank you, Paul Robeson and shit.
Yeah, dude, that sounds good. Yeah, so I'm a musician too. You know what's funny is I'm a musician, you're a musician, and then Dr. Burgess, he's going to be coming on as well. He actually taught me at UTSA. So he's a realtor now in Democrat-filled Illinois.
You're in San Antonio?
Yeah, it's me, San Antonio.
Oh, no shit. Yeah. There was, oh man, I wish I remember the name of that club. Oh man,
Luna?
There was
this, Luna.
I couldn't tell you, man.
Okay.
It was I play like heavy, loud, metally punk music, and we were at this spot. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. It was dope. Oh, this is killing me. I'm gonna have to hit up some San Antonio homies to figure out what the name of the spot was. But I've enjoyed my time in San Antonio more than my time in Austin.
Really? That's interesting.
Show wise.
Okay.
I've always had better shows. Well, Austin is like LA, right?
Yes.
Everybody's important.
Honestly, I've never been to LA. I've been all around LA, like the outskirts, like Arcadia and all that, Universal Studios. But I've never been inside the city of LA, Los Angeles. Like
you've been to Austin, right?
I've been to Austin, of course. I love that. I kind of love Austin. I love how they, instead of the taco trucks in San Antonio, they have the pizza trucks. That's pretty tight. And then, but it's just.
I mean, I think the food.
It is weird.
There.
The food is off the, but it is weird.
Are you from San Antonio?
Well, I was born in Michigan, and then I moved to Texas when I was like a little kid. So I'm pretty much from San Antonio. So I don't remember Michigan that much. I went back to Interlochen Arts Academy for school, for high school. But then I came back here. So I think I'm more of a Texan than a Michiganian. Michiganian, I think that's what they call it. I'm more of a Texan.
I'm not a big fan of Michigan. I don't like the snow.
I love the snow. But it's actually like blanketing. Yeah, well, it's better than Canada. It's better than I don't know. Well, y'all have beautiful weather in California. So that's probably why you're so picky.
It's pretty much, yeah. That's exactly why. What I'm wearing now is what I'm going to wear in December, and it's what I'm going to wear in June.
Yeah.
What we do.
So what made you do the podcast? Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
in a band, touring band, I've been wanting to do it for a while. And then the band kind of was like, that sounds stupid. And then we got back from a real rough tour. And then I was like, well, I'm going to do it. And me and the drummer started doing it. He's also an audio engineer. And then COVID hit and it was just me. And since the music we do is political anyway, it was an easy shift. Yeah, if you will. So that's fun. Well,
that's really like music is like, if you're not going to be political in music, you're going to have to be super. I mean, you have to talk about something. I mean, Whether it be like,
I don't know about that.
I mean,
There's
for
quite
me
a few
to,
people that make good livings.
really, I mean,
Not saying
if I'm gonna
anything
listen,
with
if I'm gonna listen to it, it's gotta say something. But maybe that's what it is because I'm not like normal people. That's why I have my podcast, Tommy Nation Politics. It's because like people are starting to scare me. Honestly, people are starting to scare me. They just don't care about truth at all. Like it doesn't matter. Joe Biden
Oh,
is the
from the
epitome
sense
of
of
this.
like a
Blue no
is
matter
he? I mean, because you're a younger
blue no
man.
matter who.
How
Blue no matter who. That doesn't make any
how how
sense.
how, how old are you? You look like a younger man.
36.
Okay, you look good for 36, young man. I
Thank
am
you. I
still
appreciate
older
it.
than you.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I love you.
If you know, go back to the Clinton years,
Yeah.
which you should have a pretty decent memory of,
Yeah.
especially as a black man. Remember how Clinton was kind of thrown on us as this savior, if you will,
Yeah.
from 8 years of Reagan and then 4 years of Bush Sr.
Yeah.
So we had 12 years of Republican dominance. And I'm from California where Reagan was governor. So before that, we had, you know, Reagan's reign as this real big time conservative part of, you know, there's people that have, I don't want to say conspiracy theories, but the Goldwater Project, right? Like we're going to push this conservative thing forward. And just because we don't win this election, and was it 64, MF, we have a plan. And you know, I remember Bill Clinton playing saxophone on Arsenio Hall. I remember I got to stay up late to watch that, and I was like,
saw
a
that.
thing.
I saw that.
Right? And that was like the thing. And if you think about it now, Bill Clinton is the same cat that stopped in the middle of his campaign to kill a mentally unstable black man in Arkansas, in his home state.
Yeah.
That's the same guy that was supposed to be good for us. And there's a lot to be said about that. James Foreman Jr. has a great book called Locking Up Our Own that really gets into why we kind of were a fan of that at that time.
Right.
In 91, 92. So I look at Joe Biden. I don't really think, and this could just be I live in a bit of a bubble. I did spend the last 10 plus years in places that aren't this bubble, in towns way smaller than where you're from, in that same state of Texas, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think people are really sold on Biden being any sort of savior like they were sold on early 90s Clinton, or even 08 Obama. I just think Donald Trump is that odious of an individual, and some people feel really bad for voting for him, like shame on me. And I think we're all affected by COVID in some way, shape, or form, like really badly personally.
Yeah.
Unless you're an oligarch. Unless you're an oligarch, you're like,
I mean, the oligarchs. It's great. The oligarchs have benefited greatly from all of this COVID business. All of the stimuluses that they were passing have all just gone right to the top. They gave the banks untold billions and trillions of dollars. But the last stimulus, and now Nancy Pelosi, she is just big. Look, she is a good political ad for Trump. Because every time I see her face, I have this urge to vote for him, honestly. She is just
which
is
sad. It's sad because I actually do, not so much anymore, but I do a lot of like canvassing for Shahid Buttar.
Yes, I know him. Pelosi. Yes, I know him, and I wish I could vote for him because he's a good progressive. He's a good progressive.
He's a great dude. He's been on my show a couple times. I love him as a human, just as a man. He's a good dude. It would be amazing to see someone like that get in Congress as another level for what we call the squad, if you will.
Yeah.
Because I look at the squad as even more people, because I don't know why. I had a conversation, and I'll ask you about this. Like, why is Katie Porter not thrown into that squad category?
Katie Porter. Who is Katie Porter? I don't even know who
Katie Porter's she's the congressman because she doesn't get that same love. She's the white congresswoman from, I want to say, Southern California.
Yeah.
But she's the one that's been calling out big banks. She was the one that called out Facebook. She was one that called out Facebook on the whole. They do that thing where there's people that are a third party agency that watch all the suicides on Facebook Live, and it's their
There's
job to take
suicides
it
on
off.
Facebook Live. Oh my God, for real? Wow. Damn,
There's people
that's
that sit there and
insane.
have to take all that stuff off so you don't see it randomly in a feed. Murders, porn,
There's
and
someone
they and,
there
and, and
that has to do that. That's so
they're all
sad.
third party and they're paid like crap. And she was advocating for them to get like better wages. She definitely took Jamie Dimon to task for
Good, because
being
he
Jamie
needs to be.
Dimon.
You know what? He's going to be in the Joe Biden cabinet, so she better not. She better not take him to
Is
task.
that for sure, or is that just like hearsay?
Come on, Brand. You know it's going to happen. He's already talking about. He's already talking about putting people Republicans. We're going. Trump is such a. He's such a threat. He's such an existential threat, right? The Republicans are so insane, right? He's going to put Republicans in his cabinet. This is what all this nonsense is saying to me. It doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't make any sense at all, Jason.
I mean, look at Obama's cabinet.
Oh,
the first person Obama puts in his cabinet is Tim Geithner, right?
Oh God.
Tim Geithner right now, as we speak right now, Tim Geithner is making money off people that look like us.
Yeah.
On payday loans.
Yes.
That for the most part are kind of unrestricted in a lot of the United States of America.
Oh yeah, just like sign up just give us your car title, and here's $200. I had to do. I didn't have to, but I did. I guess get a payday loan one time. It was the worst thing ever. It was horrible. Literally, they just you end up paying like 10 times more than you borrowed. Like wow, it's amazing. That's some money right there.
I had to take a payday loan out for us to do this last tour, and I'm still paying on it. And yeah, I will pay back literally 10 times what I borrowed.
Yeah.
Unless I can pay it off early.
Yeah, exactly. But can you? Because they make sure that you don't.
Yeah.
With that extra little.
I wouldn't have took the money out.
Exactly. No, exactly. So they take full advantage of that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, the first of all, you shouldn't be giving any money to the banks or to Wall Street or the military industrial complex in these stimulus bills. Why are we still doing that? Now, Nancy, I don't know if you saw her interview on CNN with Wolf Blitzer, but she got
Wolf Blitzer. I saw the little clip where she was saying that she was feeding the hungry.
Yeah. She picks these two, the child earned tax credit, and then I'm feeding the hungry. Bitch, there's more in the bill than that. Why is everybody so stupid?
Always.
There's more in the bill than that. And that's why, what's his name? No, the Treasury Secretary, Steve Mnuchin. That's why he's walking away from you. Now, Steve Mnuchin is a whole basket case in himself, going to Rome with his wife on private jets with mink coats. When a rich guy wears a mink coat, that means I'm slapping you in the face, just so you know. That's just cartoon rich. That's cartoon rich.
Steve, I don't know if you're a comic book guy at all, but if you ever got into comic books, like Steve Mnuchin, in my opinion, is the epitome of a comic book villain of Batman. This is the dirty commissioner, and then Steve Mnuchin walks out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's
the guy that's getting paid off. Batman has to freaking take him down. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say Steve Mnuchin. There's a really good book called Homewreckers, which talks about the 2008 financial crisis, and it's about Mnuchin, Trump, Michael Dell, who else was involved? Pretty much all the players that were involved in the housing crisis, and then the ensuing foreclosure crisis afterwards, and how much money they made, and how they made it, and Mnuchin is he's always been kind of a shit guy from all his days at I think he was at Lehman, right? And you see how these guys move up the ladder till they get to the point where they're just actually writing policy.
Yeah.
Which gets even more frightening, because then that's where your point about people really not understanding in a post-truth America how important having some basic understanding of the goings on is, because if you went in a barber shop in your hood and explained to them cats who Steve Mnuchin was, everybody would be pissed off. Everybody would be, there would be nobody there like, yeah, that seems okay to me. Like everybody would be pissed off.
Yeah.
And
well, good.
No one knows who he is. But the thing, no one knows who he is.
He's
they don't
the
really
Treasury Secretary of the fucking United States of America. That's a big deal. Because like we don't have a gold standard. We literally print money anytime we want to. So and guess who does it? Steve Mnuchin. And he's corrupt beyond all imagination. So you think, hey, I'm just going to take the wife out to lunch. Let's print some money. Get some money printed. No, that's the guy. So like for real. This is not like you laugh, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening, Jason.
No, I laugh because it's funny because it's true,
crazy. Right? Like, and then they don't even want to freaking give any money to the working class after this. Bitch, you can just print money out. What is the problem? What is the problem? I don't get it.
Nobody wants to give the working class money, and we were never part of that bill.
Yeah. Why not? It's not like the money means anything. Our military backs up our money. Nothing else.
Don't they?
Nothing else. So,
but you know how many? But when you start in that book, Home Records actually explain that in very really good, easy to follow detail, and a lot of dense books sometimes are just too wordy if you're not an academic, and this is not an academic writing to that level. But a lot of those bills that were passing for like housing and lending, there was always back end money for the military. That's why a lot of those bills got crazy bipartisan approval, because you can't downvote the military. Donald Trump showed us that. Bernie Sanders showed us that, right? Bernie Sanders like, can we cut it by like 10%?
They expanded it.
Yeah, they were like, no,
exactly.
F you. Everybody says F you except for like 10 people, and we're not gonna cut the budget by 10%. $75 billion. They're like,